What is up, Cataclysm Gaming? I'm your host, Grim Reaper, bringing you our new series that's going to help you compete against the best of the best. We're also going to prepare you for Premier in every division: Open, Intermediate, Advanced, Elite, and Contender, by going over each map week by week that's in the competitive pool. Sit back, get your notebooks out, and let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, and here we are on the last week of Premier, bringing you Icebox. And better yet, we're bringing you another Sova video. We're going to be covering recon darts, shock darts for both B and A, and a little bit of mid, and for the same on defense as well. Other than that, let's get right into it. For the first dart that I'm going to show you, it's going to scan all of yellow and a little bit of front sight. First, you're going to step into this corner while the spawn barrier is up. Turn around, look at this big white dome, and the letter E on the charge bar you're gonna place right here, right while it's in the middle. Then it's gonna be a full charge, one bounce.
Revealing area.
Once you release it, it's gonna fly all the way to yellow and land here, scanning front sight and yellow, and a little bit of top sight. For the next dart, to scan close to B main and top yellow and a little bit of this gray area, you're gonna line up on this spawn barrier, and then with your charge bar, I'm gonna place it right here. 2 bounce box, full charge.
Scanning ahead.
It's gonna bounce, land on this crane, scanning all of anyone pushing up and top yellow. Another dart you can do once you get this garage space. Now, to do this dart, I would recommend you use your drone first.
Deploying drone.
To scan any operator that's going to be top yellow, allowing you and your team to get out to this space for free. Then, come to this corner. To the left of this number 2, do a 2 charge.
Scanning ahead.
And that's going to land there, scanning all of yellow, front sight, top sight, and anyone who's playing back here. And once you used your drone and pushed off this guy, this dart is going to help your team scale the site. Another dart you can do that's like almost the best dart for B site is once you got to this space as well by using that drone previously, you stand in this corner, look where this little vent is, follow this line off the wall, and then do a 1 bounce, 2 charge.
Revealing area.
Gonna bounce off there, fly all the way here, land up here, scanning all of yellow, little bit of snowman,
plant the spike,
backside,
plant the
and
spike.
top here. If you find yourself in this position, another dart you can do is right past this little yellow like caution sign, and just a 1 bar charge sends the dart up top, scanning here and snowman and
plant
top
the
side.
spike.
You can also, like, if your Viper wall is up, just throw a dart to snowman. This is gonna let you and your team spam anyone who's unlucky and like basically got timing while trying to cross over to snowman. Now, if your team got the spike down in this position, you can play a shock dart lineup from way back here. From this doorway to the left of these numbers, you can do a 1 bar of charge with 1 bounce.
Shock dart.
It's gonna bounce off the box and stop anyone from defusing the bomb. Another thing you can do with that shock dart is when you get to that spot, you can send 1 early, and this is also going to break any KJ utils that most KJs put to deny the plant, allowing your team to get a nice safe plant off. That's enough of B site. Let's talk about a few darts I have for mid. If your team is looking to do like a fast B split where you have like most of your team going through orange, doing a full charge dart on this corner is going to allow your team to have information of this area right away, and if anyone's really playing towards kitchen prepared for a push, your team's able to capitalize on this info dart. If your team wants to attack mid but push through A, a dart you can do to scan top boiler and a little bit of bottom mid. If you come to this corner here, look up at this little light post, at the edge of it, do a 1 bounce, full charge.
Revealing area.
It's gonna fly over here, scan top boiler, little bit grab their spawn, and anyone who's in this area as well. A shock dart lineup I have that's going to help you like counterplay anyone who's putting util in this kitchen space. Maybe it's a Cypher if they playing it on this map, or a chamber most of the time, or also KJ util. If you come to the back of attacker's spawn, along this pole, line up here, aim a shock dart where your crosshair is just right on this little triangle shaped object do a 2 bounce box, 2 charge.
Shock dart.
Fly all the way, then bounce, and pop right here. Breaking any util that any sentinel wants to put here. Other shock darts you can do if your Viper's putting her
Right
orb
here.
up and a KJ's putting like an alarm bot here.
Shock dart.
Just shock dart off barrier. Or if they're putting one over there, another shock dart will do. Now let's head over to a fun site called A site. For early information in this neutral space, any dart along this
Revealing
wall
area.
will help deny any attacker that's pushing up for early info, and it's harder to
Right
break
here.
since it's a little bit deeper. Just be aware that they could play behind the dart or have someone swing pipes to break it. Let's say the enemy team is breaking this
Right
dart.
here.
We're gonna send a dart to top
Right
pipes.
here.
But first, you're gonna step into this corner. The letter A of the charge bar, you're gonna put right around here. 1 bounce, full charge.
Scanning ahead.
Gonna fly through the top rafter and land on this little wall, scanning anyone swinging across, and it's a little bit harder to shoot since most teams are gonna be pre-aiming this spot. From the same spot, if you wanna get it more on this side,
Right here.
if you aim
Right here.
where this little dark spot is, but with the E along the line, 1 bounce, full charge,
Scanning ahead.
and it's gonna land there instead of there. So it's gonna be a little bit different, but still get the same value of the first info dart I showed you. A final dart from this position, if you want to dart
Right here.
top 410, same position in this corner. However, you're gonna put your charge bar line along this, just like so, and then do a 1 bounce, full charge.
Revealing area.
Gonna bounce off the top, land on 410, scanning anyone going across who's on pipes,
Right here.
scanning nest,
Right here.
top gen, pretty much all of the important spaces for early space taking on A. Now, if the other team
Right
is
here.
one off of an ultimate, such as like jet knives, Sova ult, anything that's very impactful for the round and they're trying to go for this orb, if you line up in this wall right here, line up your crosshair on the corner of this little spot here, 1 bounce, 1 charge. This is gonna get them off the orb, and if you pair this with like a Viper Molly, this is gonna guarantee a kill as well too. If you're looking for early info A, but say you're faking A neutral space control, you could come to this yellow line outside of A main. You crouch, and then aim your dart just anywhere
here.
on this like nest area.
Scanning ahead.
Shoot the dart up here, it's gonna scan anyone who's swinging on the rope, or if jets are doing this play where they swing off rope, trying to capture like an early pick. You can also use this dart for a little bit more deep info on
Right
A as
here.
well. From the same spot, but now we're gonna aim to the right and do a 1 bounce full charge.
Revealing area.
It's gonna land on this vent, scanning anyone
Right
who's
here.
playing top
Right
gen,
here.
top 410, or
Right
swinging
here.
pipes. And
Right
a little
here.
bit of nest, or like anyone doing the belt swing. Say you've gotten to this position on A and you're looking to take sight. With your team, if you're in this area, you could do a jumping dart while looking here. Full charge, no bounces, jump throw.
Revealing area.
This is gonna land on this wall, scanning anyone rafter,
Plant the
nest,
spike.
and also scan people who are bottom sight, allowing your team to scale up and clear and get a safe post plant as well. Speaking of post plants, if your team got the bomb down right
the
here
spike.
under the rope, you can go onto this wall, line up your crosshair to the right of where this corner is, 1 bounce and 1 charge.
Shock dart.
Gonna send it to the back wall, bounce, and do a lot of damage to anyone who's defusing. If your team likes to plant the bomb here,
Plant the spike.
we can do shock darts from up on top of pipes by jump shock darting, shock darts from nest,
Shock dart.
or a little safer, just like we did that jumping recon dart right in this area, and do a no charge. Any of those shock darts in this area can help your team delay the defuse and allow you to win the post plant. That's enough of the attack side. Let's get on to the defense side. For my personal take on Sova, I like to play him on this map very aggressive, kind of like a duelist. Right before barrier drops, I'm gonna have my dart out. As soon as barrier drops, I'm shooting a dart at this wall
Scanning ahead.
and riding the rope, looking to get first blood off anyone swinging here, or if someone's
Right
trying
here.
to swing belt right away too. You can get away with Sova by playing aggressive, and a lot of teams are going to be caught off guard while doing so, because why are you playing aggressive as Sova? Sometimes you just got to do what's really comfortable, and that's how you're going to catch enemies off guard. Now, if you're a Sova player that likes to play a little bit more passive, I still got darts for you. To get early info for top
here.
belt and lower at the same time, you're going to line up in this corner. Then you're gonna put your charge bar, the very left tip of the corner, right over here, just like so. One bounce, full charge.
Revealing area.
Gonna bounce off the top and land up on this wall, scanning anyone
Right here.
on belt, and anyone
here.
scaling out lower as well. You can also do any dart that's on this wall back
Standing
here
ahead.
for belt, or they start
Standing
up here.
ahead.
Both those darts are gonna mainly scan anyone trying to come up this belt. You can capitalize by spamming through
Right
nest,
here.
or just collecting the info and relaying it to your team. If you're playing against an aggressive team that likes to take belt almost every round, and they do the same path, here's a double shock dart lineup that you can do a lot of damage with. On the backside of A, you're gonna line up under this little line through the middle. The closer where these two darts are, you're gonna do a double bounce, full charge.
Shock dart.
Gonna bounce, land right where every enemy likes to swing. After the first dart, I usually do a jump throw. Gonna land
Right here.
on belt as well. This is them together.
Shock dart.
If you're retaking A, most of the time as Sova, you'll be playing in this mid boiler area, and if your team needs assistance on A, you can send them an early dart on this wall.
Revealing area.
This is going to scan anyone who's trying to scale up, go over the site, or be already in sight. Usually your Viper wall will allow your team to spam through with this dart as well. Another thing I like to do is do shock darts right off this wall here. Bounce. This is going to deny anyone who's scaling up, and it's going to do a lot of chip damage on if the enemy team are trying to collect this orb as well. For another retake dart you can do, if the enemy team already got on site and planted the bomb, if you're coming up the stairs, the rafters, any dart along this wall that's full charge
Standing ahead.
is going to just land and scan anyone who's
Plant the
health,
spike. Plant the spike.
green box,
Right here.
default, and top site. While being towards mid, a few darts that you can get for early info. We can do a dart up here.
Standing ahead.
This is scan anyone who's
Right
swinging
here.
out to blue,
Right
a lot
here.
of mid, and a little
Right
info
here.
towards B. If you're trying to get info on this side
Right
of the
here.
map, we can start here. Do a 1 pounce, full charge, right where your crosshair meets this light right here. And then release.
Revealing area.
It's going to land up on this wall, scanning anyone who's trying to go towards mid, a little bit
Right
of
here.
T-spawn. But the only place where you have to be worried about with this dart is always let your team know that if they crouch under this box here, they can hide from that recon dart. The final dart I usually do in mid is bouncing a dart right off this part
here.
here on the wall.
Revealing area.
This is going to allow you to get info early be made, and if they've already swung
Caution
out
here.
as well. With that dart, I also like to ult, especially if the enemy team have a Sova, because most Sovas like to drone from this spot,
Right here.
or they also like to drone from this spot.
Right here.
Getting info that the Sova's there
Revealing area.
allows you to just ult,
Epsa.
hit him in the lane, or garage. Also, if the team is running up B already,
Right here.
you can ult this whole lane.
My ult
This lane
ready.
is going to deny any pressure or get you free kills as well. If you have teammates towards yellow and they're looking to hold down
Right
this
here.
whole space, you can give them a support dart after
Right
rotating
here.
from boiler
Right here.
right up to top hut. Put your end of your charge bar along this corner and do a 1 charge.
Scanning ahead.
It's going to send the dart right onto the crane, assisting your team and also getting free scans if the enemy have already pushed out here, allowing your team to spam through the enemy Viper
Plant the
wall,
spike here.
either from top site
Right
or
here.
deep snowman as well. To complete the rotation, if you've saved your dart and you're coming from snowman, we could do a dart just right off of this
Revealing
wall.
area.
It's going to land on this crane, scanning anyone
here,
close to
here.
yellow or top gray and
Right
box.
here.
So you're able to capitalize on the free spam as well. If the enemy have not planted the bomb yet, we can do a shock dart lineup to help stall. Where this lines up, come out a little bit so you're not exposed to yellow, and then just do a shock dart.
Shock dart.
This will
Plant the
stop
spike.
someone planting here. If they're planting in the default spot,
Right here.
a little bit deeper along the wall, it's gonna send it further. Now, probably the best retake dart you can do from this position, if you're playing from snowman and you're stuck
Right
in the
here.
corner, come over here, hang out with the little snowman. Once you're standing in this corner, H on the charge bar, you're gonna line up right here with the corner, just like so. 1 bounce, full charge.
Scanning ahead.
It's gonna send the dart right off the tower, Playing here, scanning anyone
Right
who's
here.
lower, and up
Right
top.
here.
This is gonna help with your retake if they've already
Right here.
cleared yellow. Sometimes I do find myself in the middle of sight after rotating through mid. Along this wall, I'll do a 1 bounce full charge.
Scanning ahead.
And this is gonna land up top on this window, scanning
Right here.
yellow,
Right
box, and a little bit of main
Right
as
here.
well too. You just have to be careful of this
Right here.
corner when swinging out. Usually I'll follow it up with 2 shock darts as well. Right under bridge, 2 bounce full charge.
Shock dart.
Gonna bounce, and then land on yellow as well. You can pair this shock dart with a Viper Molly or any other type of util to clear this space out as well. Or we could be simple, do a jump throw, another jump throw. It's gonna force the enemy team to swing. And that's pretty much everything that you'll need to know in order to play the best initiator on Icebox. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and catch me next time. Good luck on your Premier games, and if you make playoffs, good luck there as well. Have a wonderful night, day, morning. Take care.